that is half lab and half English setter. You got to feel to him. He ain't no, just cause he's slim and everything, don't mean he's a weakling. Go feel that dog. That dog ain't nothing but a walking, moving muscle. Just, he can get serious too. He don't like uniformed cops because he hears their loud talk and their by God swear, you know, do this, do that. And he don't like uniformed cops. They don't, and you know, the ones that walk up with an attitude like a uniformed cops, a lot of them do, you know. Yeah. Some of them are police officers. I got a lot of respect for it. Some of them are pigs. They're out there with no intentions of being anything but a chicken shit, you know. I mean, that's their mission in life, it seems to me. Their goal is to see how big a chicken shit they can be. Oh, there's some fine police officers across the country. I've got a lot of respect for it. But they're, like I say, there's chicken shits in every crowd. Like you asked me, all rainbow people feel that way. You do know they ain't all, there's chicken shits in every crowd. Assholes.
Got a ticket from you guys. We're going to see you on the 29th, and you know we have our own charges. We are here by easement, by prescription, and I understand her position. I've recited this already to many people in a public record. You know, we are cleaning up this ugly mess, and I thank you for your visit. But this is a civil issue. It doesn't require the police.
Stand for it.
You know? And the arbitrary law enforcement, we've had, I understand. Oh.
I'm sorry about it.
Well, that will be decided in court, Mrs. Galish.
No, this is my land. You have to leave today.
And we have a right to be here.
You have no right to be. It's my land.
Well, we'll prove it in court. Where's your deed? Okay,
Where's my deed?
Where's your deed? How can you prove this is your land?
All right, just let me.
Okay,
she's indicating to you that it's her property. Okay, you are subjecting yourself to arrest if
I
you don't
understand that. I've already received a summons from you, and we are going to be in court.
It's not going to be any more. It's not going to be a summons this time. Okay, you're going to be arrested and taken before a judge.
I understand that.
Okay.
And when I am arrested and taken before a judge, Mrs. Galish then will be charged with other things. You know, if she wishes to do that, she's free to do that. This is, in fact, you know, America. This is a civil issue, and it is, in fact, an issue to be decided in court. Mrs. Galish, a whole lot of people have been trespassing, and you can't just pick one of us that's trespassing.
It's over. You had your party.
You said that weeks ago, Mrs. Galish, and the fact of the matter is you did not have the mechanism to evict us then, and you could pick on me.
I figured I'd let you have the party.
Whatever you figure, you can pick on me if you wish. That was called arbitrary use of law, you know, and you will suffer for it. Bless your heart, brother. You know, she's using you, misusing you. Thank you, but I thank you for the warning.
Well, where do we go from here? I say West Virginia. West Virginia sounds like a good place to go. I'll be okay.
About growing your own food, making your own clothes, building your own house. There's a lot of people who do that or want to do that, and there are a lot of people who want to do it but don't know how to do it. See, most of our population since World War II has become accustomed to working at a job and going to a store, and then that's how you live, and they can't even imagine there's another way to live on Earth. Yet for millions of years, people lived without stores. People lived without businesses that you went and got a job for, and they lived well. Now there has been a concentrated effort by the military for hundreds and hundreds of years to exterminate indigenous people who were living on the land, growing things, manufacturing things with their own hands. For example, when John Smith and the white men arrived here on this continent in the 16th century, there was no poverty here. The people here shared what they had, and they had abundance. But the arriving Europeans destroyed the trees, destroyed the animals, destroyed the cultures of the people living here, so there was no longer an abundance for indigenous people. And they gave and made available to these people refined sugar and alcohol, which further distracted them and broke up their ancient cultures, which enabled them to live well from what the Creator has provided.
They gave them blankets infested with smallpox.
Right, blankets infested with smallpox, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, on purpose, you said?
On purpose, and it's documented that it was on purpose. It is documented that the Bureau of Indian Affairs was a primary agent in exterminating the Indians and violating the treaties. We're a country that we boast about our treaties, but we've never kept our treaties with the Native American people here. And yet we use treaties as an excuse to go to war in Iran and in Iraq and all over the world, while we don't even keep the treaties with the people that originally were here on this land and are still here. There's still a good number of Native Americans on this land, and they are still being defrauded by our government. Not by we the people, but by the people that we the people have elected. You know?
I believe that we're going to have a really good chance of getting hold of this property with the help of the town of Bethel. What I've really been impressed with about Bethel is the people here. I've been to a couple public hearings to speak about this particular piece of property, the Bethel site, Yasgur's Farm, and I'm really impressed with the heart that the people have here. And there's nothing that I would be happier for than to have this land be in the hands of the people here in Bethel, because what I'm really amazed at is many people had settled here after the festival and, you know, now have children who have been dreaming about having another festival here like the one in '69. And even though it was almost devastating, the amount of people that showed up, the hope in the people's hearts and the look on their faces at the anticipation of having such a thing happen here again has really inspired me to continue this battle to fight for this piece of property, which is one of the most beautiful pieces of property I've ever seen. You can stand on the top of the hill here and it's like you're on top of a mountain. You can see for miles and miles all around. And Bethel does mean the house of God, and I do believe that the Spirit really did choose this piece of property and that it was supposed to be used for a gathering place for peace and love. And I'm actually really determined to assist the acquisition of this piece of property for the people to continue to be used for such events, you know, that we're trying to have here. And on the 29th, when we go to court, 25 of us receive these trespassing tickets. There's going to be a lot of people from the town there because we've invited them, and there's so many loving people here. There's farmers and there's working people, young and old, and I've never been anywhere before that was that was like this, where the people really do know what's going on here. It's that to them, it's not just a bunch of hippies trying to get together and have free love or anything like that. They really do seem to have the understanding of the in-depth meaning of this particular piece of property and what happened here in 1969. So I'm really